Gentlemen, I think we can all be in agreement. There are a few things in life that we hold dear to our hearts. A good juicy burger, a nice cold beverage on a hot summer's day, and most importantly of all, lads, a damn good management game, and I think today's review, we've got one. Let's get on with the review. At the risk of showing my age, one of the champions of the management scene back in my day was a little studio by the name of Bullfrog Productions. They were known for some titles such as Populous, Theme Park, and most arguably their most famous series, Dungeon Keeper. But growing up, out of all of Bullfrog's library, Theme Hospital was the game that I sunk the most hours into. Bullfrog Studios was one of those icons of 90s gaming. They had a sense of style and humour, endless replayability, always unique, changing themes and settings. It was just always a delight whenever you saw that Bullfrog logo. And it's also one of those reasons everyone got angry when EA Games gobbled them up and recycled Dungeon Keeper into a mobile cesspool of microtransactions and waiting. But back to Theme Hospital, it was one of those Bullfrog games that I sunk hours and hours and my social life took a hit for. And clearly I wasn't the only one that was enamored with this game, as an entire studio would spring up around the idea of, hey, let's take Theme Hospital but do it again, with 2 Point Studios and their game 2 Point Hospital, and the spin-off title 2 Point Campus, which was developed by some of the original creators of Theme Hospital. While 2 Point Hospital was basically a graphical update for Theme Hospital, it felt like something was lacking compared to the original Theme Hospital. It's like retelling a joke that you've heard before, but you haven't quite got the pacing right, or the tone of the joke right. You'll still get a laugh, you'll get a chuckle, but you won't get the knee slap, that reaction that the other comedian got. And that's what I felt from 2 Point Hospital. That brings us to Brightrock Games, who rose to prominence during the Kickstarter boom of 2015, where they didn't embezzle or burn any money on cryptocurrency, and decided to go the route of, let's take Bullfrog's entire library and do it properly. Starting with Dungeon Keeper with their damn near perfect sequel or reimagining, depending on how you want to look at it, of Dungeon Keeper with their title War of the Overworld that released back in 2015. And nearly 10 years later, they've now moved on to the next Bullfrog title of Theme Hospital with their take Galacticare, setting it in space, which gives it some distance away from 2 Point Hospital to avoid any comparisons. The game is now available over on Steam for purchase. Galacticare is a hospital management game in what feels like it's using the exact same framework as Theme Hospital. Patients check in, need treating, emergencies pop up that can throw a spanner into the success of your hospital, and the success is more based upon the design and layout of your hospital and your staff rather than the micromanaging of different bits and pods. Theme Hospital in space, that's basically what you're getting with some minor tweaks. Even the flow of patient treatment hasn't changed since Theme Hospital. You'll still have patients come in, check in at reception, go to diagnosis, and then be allocated to the appropriate treatment room. You'll still have that morbid sense of humour, but Galacticare uses less of the puns and wordplay that 2 Point Hospital and Theme Hospital used to use. While humour is a personal preference, I think we can all agree after 2 Point Hospital and Theme Hospital, medical and hospital puns have been done to death. If you've ever played Theme Hospital before, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. You're building treatment rooms and staff rooms and training rooms, but you're trying to build the hospital around having a good flow. It's not about micromanaging the doctors and patients, but building a good designed and layout facility to allow a good flow of patients to keep them alive. In the hospital management games, you'll always be getting scored and rated on the success of your hospital, usually around an approval rating system. In previous hospital games, this will be around decorations, heating, keeping low wait times and low death counts, of course. But with Galacticare, you now have alien races, and these alien races have different desires of your hospital, which does require some out-of-the-box thinking. With alien races in the game, they have different desires. Certain races require large hallways to be able to fit in. Certain aliens just like having lots of plants nearby. This avoids the tried and true method of spam item X for a great rating. Games like Theme Hospital, the method to success was benches, heaters, and plants everywhere. That was the meta for success. If you know, you know. Galacticare also adds in crafting that allow you to craft either room upgrades or one-time use items. Things like quick heal items that will buy you more time to be able to treat certain patients. These are generated from rewards that you'll find from beating scenario and story beats to zapping weird little critters that you'll find flying around your hospital. Galacticare also has what they're called consultants, high-tier doctors that are pretty much perfect at any job you put them in. Think of them as having your own version of house for your hospital. They're pretty much perfectly staggered, have perks that make them over the top. They are expensive, and there's only a certain handful of them, and you have to unlock them through the story, so it doesn't really break the game, but it does give you a bit of a get-out-of-jail-free card at certain times of the game. As you progress through the game, you'll be managing new hospitals with new layouts, all with different story beats and different illnesses that get introduced, and the layouts of the hospital also add challenge on how you're going to floor the hospital. You'll be treating things from parasites to broken bones to skin rashes that make them look like a nebula. Like in Theme Hospital, all the diseases and illnesses and treatments are just over the top and just hilarious to watch. You have people coming in with a broken arm with their arm in a sling, but the treatment is to shove them into a mining robot that pulls their body apart and reassembles them, to people being covered in molten lead, having their surgery done on a repurposed DJ station with lasers, all accompanied by an airhead of a manager, which sounds like it's the wrong person being hired but somehow found themselves in this job, to an AI that sounds like Hal, but if Hal was just absolutely fucking done with everyone. Each hospital has its own story that you'll go through, from like your tutorial where a space whale will come up that requires treatment, who will then become a trader for you throughout the game, to a concert being set at a moon that is set ablaze, because Burning Man. As mentioned previously, you'll be scored based upon the performance of your hospital, with unlocks based upon a star rating. Unlocks are benefits, maybe decorations or room upgrades, and it's very difficult to ever get that elusive 5-star rating on a first attempt. However, with these unlocks being persistent, you'll want to come back and replay previous hospitals that you were just an inch off of getting that 5-star to make these runs a lot easier to then benefit you on later hospital runs. This adds a fantastic replayability that I feel was lacking in hospital games. As we all know, not really a music guy. All I know is there's some techno and synth there, it fits the sci-fi theme, and it doesn't hit the earworm level, so thank you for making it, and I'm not going to be humming this in the elevator. The art style is charming, and it's got this cartoonish yet detailed vibe to it. There's always something that you're watching, whether it's the panels or the space backdrop. The animations to the treatments are always a delight to watch. The gameplay is fun, and the humor is shocking, but Galacticare is not without its flaws. Firstly, as you're trying to chase the elusive 5-star hospital rating, you'll be looking through a lot of the tools that are there, and it becomes difficult to try and narrow down what the problem is. You'll be looking through menus to try and locate a doctor that has not got the right amount of pay. You'll be trying to find the subsequent menu to be able to see what areas require specific decorations, not just decorations, but specific decorations, to trying to find areas that require additional spacing. The tools just feel lacking to give you the proper information on why your hospital's not performing. It also appears that the issues that are reported fluctuate based upon the location of the patient or doctor. So you'll have a patient that may quickly complain about the spacing in the hallways, but as they leave that hallway and enter a large area, that will disappear, so you won't have time to react. The game also has some weird pausing and hitching between menus and as you first start up the game. This could potentially be my rig, and it could be something that gets patched out easily, so I'd take this complaint with a pinch of salt. If you enjoy your management games light and rather spend your time designing a hospital than managing it, this is definitely the game for you. But if you're looking for more simulator than management game, then you'll want to give this one a pass. But between the setting, the sense of humor, this is definitely the modern theme hospital game for me. Anyway, thanks for watching my review. I've been the Welshy One. If you've enjoyed this review, feel free to do the YouTube stuff down below, comment, like, and thumbs up and all that jazz. It gives me all the warm fuzzy feelings, and I just never got enough of that as a child, so you're really helping me out. We do nerdy ass reviews of management games, RPGs, simulators, and just anything that looks really fun and wonderful. I'll also be talking a lot of tabletop stuff in the next coming weeks, and I stream regularly. Also, I got an Instagram. It's mainly just of my cats, but if you like cats. Anyway, thanks for watching the review. Take care of yourselves and be good. Yeah, Instagram. All cats.